हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आई एम परविंदर रंधावा। आप देख रहे हो मेरा यूट्यूब चैनल दैट इज़ परविंदर रंधावा गुरु। प्लीज़ लाइक, सब्सक्राइब एंड वॉच माई यूट्यूब चैनल दैट्स परविंदर रंधावा गुरु. To continue the reading part, today my reading is based on Cambridge 17 Test 1, which I did before also. Some of the questions that is fill in the blanks. You know better. In the last video I did that one. So today what I am going to do, same passage, test 1, reading passage 3, Cambridge 17. I will do the MCQs, that is multiple choice questions, that I will do with you. In this, the questions that is 36 to 40. Repeat, 36 to 40. Okay. So let's first select the questions. What is the reviewer's main purpose in the first para? So one thing I have to find that who is the person reviewing this and what's the main purpose. Okay, there are 4 options. I have to select one. 37. Why does the reviewer include examples of the fugitives' behavior in the third para? Break. This is the point why he include examples. So here the question is based on what? Here the question is based on why. So this is a difference. So I have to find answers accordingly. So let's work on this. This is para 1. What is the reviewer's main purpose? If you want to do reading in a better manner in the test, so please read this kind of thing, which is very much important. Anarchy. The person reviews, it means this is the person who is the reviewer here. Charles Spencer book. He wrote the book about the King Charles II during the English Civil War. That's the point. So my question is based on this person, and the name of this person is Anna. Right? What's the main purpose? Read question, main purpose. Charles Spencer's latest book, To Catch a King, tells the story of the hunt for King Charles II in the 6 weeks after his resounding defeat at the Battle of Worcester in September 165. 1 minute. Who is reviewing this person? Whose lines are this of this person? The person whose name is Anna. According to question, the question states reviewer's main purpose tells us the story of the hunt for king. So what it tells, the story of hunt means to find for King Charles. Right. So how to find the answer? To describe what happened during. So there is nothing description what happened. Just do one thing. And what a story it is. My answer is only in this line. These lines. Remember this thing. Tells the story of the hunt to give an account of the circumstances leading to Charles to escape. Right? So what are these circumstances? Charles to escape and give an account. Account means the story. This word matches with it. What are these circumstances? After his resounding defeat at the Battle of Worcester in September 1651. That's why he ran away or he escaped. C. To provide details, no way. D. To compare Charles to belief, no way. So right answer is B. If I read this one, I can read in the past video, I read it, okay, but my answer, every word is written here, whatever is written in these 4 options, A, B, C, D, everything is written here. But my answer is in this line, according to me, tells the story of the hunt for King's Charles. That's the point here. It saves my time if I find the right word at the right mark. Okay. Now second, again the question is based on the reviewer. Every question is based on the reviewer, so it's easy. Who is the reviewer here? This person whose name is this. Okay. Include examples of the fugitive's behavior, means escape behavior, in the third paragraph. One paragraph, second. Now it's my third. There is a word here. Right. Now read the question. Why he include examples? I have to find the examples first. One of the joys of the Spencer book, a result not least of its use of Charles to own narrative as well as those of his supporters, is just how close the reader gets to the action. How close the reader, just is how close the reader gets to the action. Right? 1 minute. The day-by-day retelling of the fugitive's doings provides delicious details. Now these are the examples. So why he make examples include the cutting of the king's long hair with agriculture shears, the use of walnut leaves to dye his pale skin, and the day Charles spent lying on a branch of the great oak tree in Boscobel Wood as the parliamentary soldiers scout the forest floor below. So why he includes? Why? Right? Spencer draws out both the humor, such as the preposterous refusal of Charles' friend Henry Wilmot to adopt disguise on the grounds that it was beneath his dignity, and the emotional tension when the secret of the king's presence was consciously revealed to his supporters. This is my para. So why he include delicious details? Right? Because when you read this thing, in my past also, when I read, so you can check lot of things, because it's a complete story, because when you do, so you will find interest in it. So it's better to find the past video. I will do one thing. I will, in my markings, or we can say that in my when I upload this video, I will go just like paste the link also. Okay, please. So this is so day to day provide the delicious details. So why? To explain how close Charles came to losing his life. No, there are 3 examples. It is a part of one example. So my answer will be wrong if I'll give this answer. This is written here. I am agree with you, because this one is the point here. But this is one example. So if I'll give this example, my answer is wrong. Right? So that's the point here. According to the things, if I go, A is very close answer, but it's not the answer. Remember one thing. Okay. Now let's go to B point. To suggest that Charles II supporters were badly prepared. I don't think so. They were badly prepared. Where it is written. Right. He was. Then just how close the reader get. There is nothing here clear. To illustrate how the events of 6 weeks are brought to life. Right. I will narrate this later. To argue that certain aspects are not as well known as they should be. 1 minute. Is there any argument? There is any word related to argument? No. So that's why C is my right answer. Now, but there is no written here 6 weeks. What I told when I did this thing, right, in my past video, then I read each and everything. 6 weeks was there because I have to do everything in series. First I tried 27 to 31, then I did this one, but I haven't made this video. I will do it 32 to 35. Okay, then I came here 36 to 40 MCQs, the typical part, right, hardest part according to me out of 3. So how I just like I am giving example because the thing is there 6 weeks he managed naturally. The day by day 1 minute retelling of the fugitives doing provides delicious here this and this. This is whole story of 6 weeks. So this is example here, right? So where this word is day by day retelling, illustrate how the events of 6 weeks are brought to life. So you can say result is just how close the reader gets to the action. Now match it. How close the reader gets to the brought to life, get to the action. Close means it means I am a reader here, so I am trying to read. So how much I have the action in this one, right? So that's why C is the answer. This is typical. It might create problem, but I don't think so. It will create problem to anybody. Now 38th. 38th is based on the 4th para. So let's go to the 4th para. 1, 2, 3, 4th. What point does the one single point I have to find here reviewer make about Charles II in the 4th para? So 4th para I have to check the point. These are the answers. You can read if you want to do. He chose to celebrate what was essentially a defeat. He misunderstood the motives of his opponents. He aimed to restore people's faith in the monarchy. He was driven by a desire to be popular. Charles' adventure after losing the Battle of Worcester hide the uncomfortable truth that whilst almost everyone in England had been appalled by the execution of his father, they had not welcomed the arrival of his son. I have to find this person where his words are there. This was partially because he rode at the head of what looked like a foreign invasion. And partially because after almost a decade of civil war, people were desperate to avoid it beginning again. From here up to here, the explanation has been given of what thing it was given of these lines. Right. So what I have to find, make about Charles II. What point he make? Okay. This makes it all the more interesting because this is a talk of the people. I will try this also. Charles adventure, whatever may be. It all the more interesting that it means comparison more from past it is compared that Charles II himself loved the story so much ever after, as well as retelling it to anyone who would listen, causing eye-rolling among courtiers. He set in train a series of initiatives to memorialize it. Right? Okay, very good. There was to be a new order of chivalry, the Knights of the Royal Oak. A series of enormous oil paintings depicting the episode were produced, including whatever may be So in 1660, Charles to commission the artist this carrying out there. It is hard to imagine many other kings marking the lowest point in their life so enthusiastically, or indeed pulling off such an escape in the first place. It is hard to imagine many other kings marking the lowest point, because he ran away and he marked that thing, means he even if hired or commissioned an artist to paint a flying squadron of cherubs. So what's the meaning of cherubs? An image of angelic children used in paintings, right? So this is a point here. Okay, so it means he was telling his story in such a great manner that I escaped. It was a great time for me. That's the meaning. It is hard to imagine many other kings marking the lowest point in their life so enthusiastically, or indeed pulling off such an escape in the first place. It is very hard to imagine. So who is here to imagine? This person, the reviewer, right? He chose to celebrate what was essentially a defeat. 1 minute. He misunderstood the motive. No, meaning aim to restore people faith in the monarchy. No, he was just telling, driven by a desire to be popular. This might be, but he was not popular. He was already a popular. He was a king. He himself loved the story so much ever after. He was telling his story. He was just, means he was celebrating it. What was a defeat? That's why hard to imagine many other kings marked the lowest point and means so or did pulling off the escape in the first place. Means his defeat was there and he was trying to do it because he said that there was to be a new order of chivalry. The knights of royal knights is given to the person who marks something very, you can say that interesting, means bravery. A knight is given to a person who is a brave person, so he marked it as a bravery. He was celebrating, but it was a defeat. So that's why A is the answer. But in this we have to read all the para, and it is hard to imagine. This is the most important line, but we have to read the para. It's very much important if I need the right answer. If I think that I will give me just with a few lines, it's not possible in this para. It's typical one, right? So it's going hard now. So 39th. What does the reviewer say about Charles Spencer in the 5th paragraph? Charles Spencer is the perfect person to pass the story on to a new generation. So here I have to find Charles Spencer. So first, who is the Charles Spencer? Main point this, right? Who is this person? He is the person who wrote the book. Okay? So don't misguide yourself with the king. He is not a king. He wrote the book, right? He is a writer. So what he say about, according to what does the reviewer? Fifth paragraph. Perfect person to pass the story on to a new generation. His passé readable prose steers deftly clear of modern idioms and elegantly brings to life the details of the great tale. Tale means story. He has even handed sympathy for both the fugitive king and the fierce republican regime that hunted him. So what he did? He went for him, he wrote better for him and also for them. Who were the republicans here? The people who we can say defeated the king, the parliamentarians. Explore far more of background of the story than previous books on the subject have. Indeed, the opening third, whatever may be. So he has even handed who has written this, who has written this. The reviewer has written this. He has even handed sympathy. Even have I found this word. Even means addition. Addition. These are the, we can say that there is one video on these words. These words are very much important in our life. So you can check that video also, please. Okay, important, these type of words are, we can say that however, moreover, these type of words are there. He has even handed sympathy for both the fugitive king and the fierce republican regime that hunted. So he went on both way. His decision to write the book comes no surprise. He takes an unbiased approach to the subject matter. So what's the subject here? Book is the subject. How he took, according to them, they use present, but I will speak in past. Right, I am going to speak in past. He takes an unbiased approach. He took unbiased approach. He has even handed sympathy for both, for this and this. So it means unbiased approach. So this is the right answer. Let's take this one. His description of events would be better if they included more detail. No way, he already included the examples. He chooses language that is suitable for, yes, there is one thing. If you read, he readable prose, steer deeply clear of modern idioms, and but he chose that language. He chooses language that is stable for 21st century. But where is 21st century here written? Here, where is written here 21st century? Right? There is no time here. So why should I give this answer? But if I'll give, naturally people will give. 100% they will give, some of the persons. So why should give? Because there is no 21st century. They have used here, you can say dashes also in 20 in first, and they have used the word a. So where is time? Time, I haven't read any time. The story is about the past, but when the story is written, nobody knows. So he takes an unbiased approach to the subject matter. That's why B is the right answer. Okay. Now it's the 40th, last. When for time, reviewer says the book doesn't quite hit the mark, she is making the point at, right? So reviewer is making the point. Last A, they are saying which para, but they haven't written any para here, you know. So I have to find this one, quite hit. So up to here I finished. So naturally I'll go to the 6th para. The tantalizing question left now means doubtful question. In the end is that what it all meant. Why he wrote the book? Why he wrote the book? So why he wrote this book? That's the point here. Would Charles II have been a different king had these 6 weeks never happened in others' life? This is the meaning. It happened only to the life of Charles II. No other king ran away in his life. No other king was defeated. The days and nights spent in hiding must have affected him in some way. Did the need to assume disguises to survive on wit and charm alone? What's a wit? Means to play tricks, to use tricky and subterfuge to escape from tight corners help from him. That's why he became king again. This is the one area. So which one area? The tantalizing question, where the book doesn't quite hit the mark. Don't read this. Instead, it's dependent on whatever. Don't read. Just remain here in these lines. So this, why this book was written? What's the meaning of this book? Why? Right? What's the meaning of it? Because why he wrote the book? They told us that he wanted to show the life hunt. So why he wrote? He wanted to show that king was right or king was wrong. Tantalizing question is this one. It overlooks the impact of, no, there is no talk of ordinary people, please. They talk stories about the king and the parliamentarians, or we can say republic people. It lacks an analysis of prevalent views on monarchy. No, there is no analysis. Analysis means complete description of the monarchy. I haven't seen any monarchy different. It omits any references to the deceit practiced by Charles II during his time in hiding. No, I don't think so. There is. Right. It fails to address whether Charles II experiences had a lasting influence on him. 1 minute. What it all meant for? He would have a different king. Never happened. No, you will find experience lasting influence. Spent in hiding must have affected him some way. It has affected him. Have any influence on him? No. You can check the magics. Right. Is there any effect on him? Did the need to assume disguises to survive on wit? Right? The days and nights spent in hiding must have affected him some way. So naturally, D is the answer. So these questions I did in front of you. Cambridge 17 test 1, 36. I gave the answer. Let me write. B. In this 37th C, 38th A, 39th B, 40th D. So these are the answers I gave. I just reviewed the book also. I explained it in detail also, right? This is my channel. So it started from this one, To Catch a King. The story is about the catch a king. The book name is, so if you have time, just read it. Either do your IELTS, that's all. It's a Cambridge 17 test 1. Questions we did is from 36 to 40. And you are watching YouTube channel, that's Parvinder Randhawa Guru. Please like, subscribe, watch my YouTube channel. If you like, you can also press the thanks button. Thanks for watching this video.